Hi besties, Positively Kimmie here, and today I did an eyeshadow look using the Il Makiage palette. It's beautiful, and if you want to see how I got this look using this palette, I'd love for you to join me. So let's get started. Hi everyone, welcome to Positively Kimmie. I am Kimmie. If you are new here, welcome. This is a safe space, and if you're one of my returning subscribers and my besties, hi guys, how are you? I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Welcome to Makeup Monday, where I do an eye makeup look for those of us over 50. Oh my God, closer to 60. And hopefully you can follow along and you like my tutorial and it's helpful to you in some way. And if you do like it and you like me and you like my content, please consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it if you'd like, comment, subscribe, and especially share the video with people you think are going to like my content. I would greatly appreciate it. So we're going to get started. Today I am using the Il Makiage Shade Addict High Impact 8 Pan Eye Color Palette in the palette Yeux, Y-E-U-X. I'm not sure how to say it. This is the palette. It's reflective, obviously, which shows all finger marks and everything, which really stinks. But this is the inside of the palette, which is really pretty. And you have your shimmers and you have your mattes. And it's a really good blend of color. So I already have my eye primer on. You always use eye primer, especially if you want the colors to pop. And I'm going to use a fluffy brush. And today we're going to start with, we'll use that one later. We're going to start with my Sigma Tapered Blending Brush, my E40. This is what she looks like. And we're going to go into, I don't know the colors, but we're going to go into this to go above our crease. And we're going to load it up with pigment. You're going to just load that up, get off the flyaways, and I'm going to get you a little closer. Hi! I have no lipstick on my teeth yet, but it will be there. Don't worry about it. And you're going to just tap that up above your crease, especially if you have hooded eyes. And you're going to blend that up towards your brow bone. And you're going to just keep blending and putting on pigment until you get the color that you really want. And this should be good for that. And it might not look like a lot on the eye, but from what I'm seeing over here, it is. And you're going to flick it going up because we want to elongate the eye. So we're going to go like that, tap that off, do the same thing to the other eye. Just put that right there and blend. I'm always so thankful when the palette has a mirror. It makes it so much easier than holding the palette and holding a mirror and holding a brush. You need more than 3 hands to do that. And this makes it so much easier. And this is just your transition shade. Because you want to have a gradient. You go from lightest to darkest. And we're just going to put that over here a little bit. And going up and flicking that out. And we're going to try and make that a little bit deeper. There we go. And the same thing with this eye. Now, I am not a makeup artist. I do not claim to be one. But I am a makeup enthusiast and think that I have ideas that you might like. Now, the next one I'm going to use is my small tapered blending brush, which is my E45 Max by Sigma. You don't need special brushes. I'm going to use this color right here to darken up the outer corner and to put it in my crease. To put in the crease, we're going to go about halfway and just stamp that in there. You see that? We're going to stamp that in there and stamp that on the outer corner going upwards. You can use an angle brush for this also, which might be easier. And we're just going to blend. And we're going to go into our outer V with this color as well. This isn't as pigmented as I remember. I thought it was much more pigmented when I first used it. But then again, I was nervous to use this palette because I didn't think it inspired me. But, you know, as long as you have something that you like, and you can do this technique with any palette. It doesn't have to be the same palette. You just use the same technique. Or if you're a makeup artist and I'm doing this wrong, I apologize. But this is what's easiest for me. And again, we're going up on an angle and flicking that out. I don't feel like I'm getting a lot of pigment on the brush, and I don't know why. And we're going on an angle right there. Let's see if the same thing over here. Definitely on an angle. But I definitely want that a little bit darker still. So what I can do is put down glitter glue. Or I can do the brush, wet the brush, and get more pigmentation that way. But now I think that's okay. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the shimmers. And there are 2 shimmers I want to use. So I'm going to use my glitter glue and put that on my eyes. I'm going to use my finger because I want to smooth it out. You just need a little tiny bit where you're going to be putting that. And we're going to do the other side also. And you want it to be a little bit tacky, but not completely wet, but just a little tacky when you do it. And you want to make it smooth as possible. And you can always go in and darken up the spots that we already did afterwards. Now, I'm going to use my AOA, Studio AOA E125 brush. It's an angle brush, but that's okay. And I'm going to go in with this shade closest to the outer eye and this shade closer to the inner eye. I'm going to be using the same brush for both. You pack that on, you really pack that on, and we're just going to go like this. And you're going to do about 1/3 of the eye. And then we're going to turn it over and do the lighter one on the inner corner. And we're just going to blend that and make sure it's all blended well together. And it's a really pretty shimmer. I don't know if you could see that. And then we're going to go over. So I'm going to go the lighter shade right there. And the gold shade right here. Okay, so that's what we have. We're going to go over it again over here because it doesn't look... Let me turn on this light. Maybe that will help. Not really. Which side? Right here. You can see that shimmer. It's beautiful. And then we're going to go back right here and just blend that out. There we go. And then we're going to take this brush right here, which is my Sigma small tapered blending brush, my E45. We're going to take this one. And I'm going to go into the darkest color, which is this one here. This one here. And which we already used, but I'm really going to pack that on. I really want to get as much pigment as I can because I don't think I'm getting the color payoff that I want. That's better. That's better. And we're going to go in our crease and go under our eye a third of the way just to connect it. You see how much darker it is when you use a different brush. If you use a fluffy brush, you're not going to get as much payoff, so you need a denser brush. And we're going to go under that eye and just blend that. And that is it. So I'm going to do my mascara, my eyeliner, and I will be right back with no makeup on my teeth. Okay, so this is the look we came up with. I blended it with a clean brush to make sure all the lines were not harsh. I put on my Stage Proof mascara by Kimchi, which I love. And I have on my Mile High mascara from Maybelline, which I don't know where I put that. But I think it's nice, it's soft, it's perfect for everyday use. And I hope you liked it and will consider subscribing to my channel. I hope you all have a good day. Remember, be happy, be healthy, be blessed, but most of all, be positively you. No one else quite like you, and that makes me so incredibly happy. You guys rock. Love you.